The room was exactly as I left it, only darker. Gunther's things were just as I left them. This was no real surprise. I caught myself in the mirror. I looked small and scared and sad. I looked like a little rabbit in headlights. I switched on the TV. I watched something funny and didn't laugh. I rolled a joint. Had he even packed spare underpants? It occurred to me Gunther might be in trouble. It was weird how everything was still here, except him. Something was wrong. He's always been a weirdo, though. He moves in mysterious ways. And it's hard for me to judge these situations objectively, because, as I'm sure I've mentioned before, I find his absence very wrong, full stop. I smoked my joint and channel surfed. I felt a little better. I'm not one of those people who wigs out on pot if they're feeling iffy. I guess I must associate it with the comforting rituals of Gunther and me. I was getting hazy and thought I could almost feel him again, out there. Okay. I watched a documentary on climate change. They'd assembled a group of experts who maintained that global warming was actually going to bring on an instant ice age. In our lifetime, probably. They bored down into the bottom of the ocean and brought up mud samples in chronological layers, like rings on a tree trunk. They could tell from the samples every time the Gulf Stream stopped flowing. Apparently when that happens, there's an ice age, because the warm waters can't move warmth around the world. So places get cold and stay cold. And the Gulf Stream stops when there's not enough salt to sink down and force its current. As the earth warms up, the icebergs melt, filling the oceans with enough fresh water to thin out the salt until there's not enough of it to sink down and make the Gulf Stream flow. I pictured Gunther and me sitting in a little shack with a fire blazing around us. That didn't seem so bad. I wondered if it would still be worth his turning me into a vampire and living indefinitely in those harsh conditions. That seemed alright still. Independence lost any and all of its positive qualities. There's no pride in spending an ice age by yourself. That was for Gunther and me. Huddling for warmth with Gunther. That's the only way to go. I think I pretty much do that anyway. I need him near when this ice age hits. Need to know where to find him.